Okay. Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So guys, as we discussed, okay, the Salesforce has multiple jobs profiles in which you guys can go. Okay. As I said, first initial, what you guys have to focus on admin profile. Okay. Where you will be learning end-to-end designing application. Okay. End-to-end application. So it includes, configuration and plus automation. Okay, you learn, even you will be learning automation also. And we will be keeping our syllabus very crystal clear. Okay, so when it comes to configuration, we will guide you guys end to end application creation, then followed by setting up the UI and navigation. Okay, it's like everything will come in this. Okay, and then when it comes to the automation, which means if you want to update or create or delete any records, okay, based on the some action of the user, okay, you will be following up the automation. Okay, like create, update, delete any records. Okay, and that would be automatic. I mean, you will configure some rule and it will automatically delete it. So that is all about admin. You will be learning end to end. When it comes to development, okay, we will learn how to customize the stuffs. Okay, so you will be learning only customization. So in this customization, you will learn again the same thing in but in advanced way. These things: create, update, delete any record. Okay, based on advanced conditions or criterias. Okay, so customization you guys will be learning on this. Plus, you will be learning designing UI. Designing UI. Okay, so you will be able to understand how to design custom screens. Okay, let's suppose if you want to design this screen also, you guys would be learning that. And then we will also had some discussion about APIs. Okay, what is API is? To get data from outside Salesforce, you can say, to get data from outside Salesforce. So it's like you guys will not be restricted to Salesforce, but if you want to get some data or interact outside world, like LinkedIn, Facebook, or any kind of API like YouTube, Google APIs, Google search, all that things you can interact with Salesforce also. Okay, so this comes under integration, but yeah, that is ultimately a job role called Salesforce development. Then next, Salesforce BA aspect, okay, which is business analyst. Okay, in this, you guys would be learning in our complete end-to-end series um, how to gather requirement. Okay, how to respond to requirement. So like in interview, somebody asks you question, you guys will be able to respond to them with proper knowledge. Okay. So for this, admin knowledge is mandatory. For this development also, admin knowledge mandatory. For all these three profile, admin is must. Queries plus document, okay, etc. So you'll search and we will look forward with these three profiles. Okay. Now we can start with admin profile. Okay. Any questions so far?
Not
Okay.
from my side.
I take it as no for now. So when it comes to guys admin profile, so first you guys should understand what exactly is Salesforce all about. Okay, so Salesforce is a CRM basically, which is customer relationship management software, you can say. Okay, which is cloud-based software. Okay, so you don't need to, download the Salesforce application. Rather, you just have to open the website and just log in and start working. That's it. So it's like minimum configuration of a system can easily, work these things. Okay, you don't need advanced application to start your Salesforce learning. Second is this can be used in any industry. When I say any industry, almost every industry use it nowadays in the Salesforce. When it comes to insurance, okay, when it comes to retail, real estate, and medical, and like any industry, if you name that has Salesforce. Okay. So having said that, we will start on it that how this Salesforce would be benefiting our customer, and then it will ultimately help us how we can start developing application. Okay. So now, when you want to, start, so you should have your Salesforce account created. Okay. Now to create a Salesforce account, you guys have to just go to Google. Okay. At any point of time, account is free, developer account is free. Okay, so you can just normal code sign up Salesforce. Okay, you come here. Okay, now once you fill this form, okay, you guys can send me email address, one email, so that I can create a account. So all of you guys have account for Salesforce, or if not, one of you guys can send me your email address. I'll create an account, and then you guys, we will start from that account. Shravan, Ruchi, Kunal. Okay. So I got from Kunal, Ruchi. So let me start. I hope this email address is handy because you guys will receive an email for resetting the password. Is that fine? Kunal, for you, is it fine? You would be able to provide the um, password after setting it up.
For my email address, password you require?
Okay, no. You guys have to set a password when I create an account. Like
Okay, you
right?
can create whatever you want.
Okay, okay, sure,
Just
sure.
you can add the admin at the rate 123. That is also fine. A capital.
No, no, I'll keep it separate. Reason being, uh, that's a common password which you guys would be using internally to use this account, maybe. Okay. But
Okay, whatever you want to set up, you can
yeah,
just
but you will be
message
receiving
me.
the email actually. So you have to set it actually at your end because this email address you would be getting actually.
Okay, so right now I am not able to set up, right? So you can take the Ruchi. I will create by myself.
Okay, okay, sure.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
create for Roche. Okay, so let me tell you guys how it works. Okay. First name, last name, you guys got email address, you guys got role, whatever role you are going to work, just give that. Okay. Then company, if you guys are not available, okay, currently not attached to any company, you can give any. Okay. Then you have a country, you have postal code. Username is important. Okay. It will be in the form of email address. Okay. And we have already given it. So there is one catch. Okay, let's suppose if you already have a Salesforce account. Okay. So with that username, you can reset your password. If you want to create a different account, just change the username in this way. RUCHI. After .com, you can put here any extra word. Okay, but starting should be in the form of email address. Okay, so I'll create it in this format. Okay. I clicked on agree. Then I'm signing up. Okay. So Ruchi, you will be receiving an email. Okay. On your personal email address, which we have set up. Just create a password. Okay. And then I would say uh, we will disconnect for the screen for a while. Reason being, we will not share the password on the conversation. Okay. So that's something which is security for us. It's like for always. Whenever you will be creating password, you will not be sharing it, in any call or anything. So once we have the password, let me know. Uh, just ping me on WhatsApp. I'll stop the recording and then I'll get it and I'll log in. Is that fine, Ruchi?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, got it. So did you receive an email? Can you check your inbox?
No, I didn't.
Can you check the spam folder?
Just a second. No, not yet.
Check promotion. Okay, let's just do a search here. Okay. Search here Salesforce. Okay. Global search like this. You may get it on the first email.
No, didn't received any.
Okay.
Try to refresh the account. Maybe helping.
Yeah, maybe it may take 10 minutes also. That is fine. We will resume it. We will wait until that. Okay. So until
Okay.
then, so once you receive your password, okay, what you have to do is there are two things. Let me go to notes again. Okay. First, sign up. This we are good. Second is login. Now it has two things, guys. Just 2 minute focus. You guys will be able to learn corporate world Salesforce development or the admin, how they work basically. So there are two things you have to keep in mind while logging. Okay. First is account type. So when you are creating a free account, okay, the URL would be login.salesforce.com. Okay. This is for free account. Okay. Free account. Okay. Plus production account. Okay, whenever you want to log into production account or your free account, free Salesforce account, you will be using this particular URL. Okay. So I came to know about this after 1 year when I was, learning the Salesforce. But you guys learning it first day, it is very, very mandatory. When you are working in corporate world, you should know the URL. Okay, so this is for free account which you guys are creating. Then production account. Production is nothing but the users who work live in the Salesforce. Okay, you will be using very less. Okay, you may not even have access to this production. Okay, because it is for live users. Live user in the sense the one user who is working on field or the actual user who is using the application. Okay, only used by super admin. Super admin nothing but admin. Okay, admin plus business user. So this is like very core account. Okay, second comes uh, developer. You can say developer sandbox. The name is developer sandbox. Okay, so the developer sandbox is the one where the development actual happen, and URL is test.salesforce.com. Okay, this would be the URL which you guys would be using actually when you will be in a corporate world. When you guys will be in company, this would be the URL actually, which you guys will be logging for doing any configuration or work or any development or anything. Okay. This would be rarely used because it would be only admin doing some configuration. You cannot do coding in the production. Okay. But in free account, you can do. But in production, which is company's account, you cannot do any coding here. You have to do it in sandbox and then you have to migrate that into production. Remember this thing. Okay. So this is like account type. So in your case, as I said, it's free account. Let's go for login.salesforce. Okay. Login.salesforce.com. Okay. Then you guys would put your username. So Ruchi, we have set the username for you after.com Ruchi. Okay. For me, it is ADT. Then I put my password and I'm logging in. Okay. So once I log in, I should be able to get my first page. Okay. And you guys will also get the same page. Okay. So this is your first screen of Salesforce. Okay. Now I need your 5-minute focus and I will tell you the main aspect of Salesforce. Today's chapter is very, very important. Okay. This will tell you the base, actual base of your Salesforce learning platform. Okay. So now in order to learn Salesforce, you just have to learn this home tab, then object manager tab. Only these two tabs you have to learn throughout your career of Salesforce. Okay. If you learn these two tabs, you are a master of Salesforce. Okay. Then there are the additional things which come secondary, but these two things are very, very important. Okay. When I say, this covers your almost, 70% of your Salesforce, this home tab. Okay. And then 30% of Salesforce is covered under the object manager. And that's all. So obviously it is not a big deal to learn these two tab features, functionality. And I'm also making sure that you will not be, using all these things which are available in home. Okay. All the object available in object manager. So again, your syllabus is limited. Okay. So guys, if syllabus is limited, you guys will be able to do it faster. Okay. So let me tell you the basic use of home and object manager. Okay. Home tab is nothing but it's your landing page to configure your Salesforce settings. Okay. It will just help you to configure your basic Salesforce setup. Okay. Example. So let me start from here. Setting up of home. So whatever you see home, you can set up here. Setup, service setup. Service setup means you guys know, right? Service, Salesforce also provide service to the products which a company has. So let's suppose if you are a insurance based company, okay, so you can easily sell your insurance plans. Okay, so that is a sales cloud. But when it comes to service, it means there is some issues which customer have. Okay, then they will be using the service setup. I'm not going too deep, but this is just for the, your reference that this is used for setting up this home. This is used for setting up the service cloud. Service cloud is nothing but the, live agent chatting, like, so that can be done from here. So you would have seen a chatbot on the website and that usually talk to an agent. So that is being set up from here for Salesforce. Any questions so far? Till these two these two things? I take it as no. Okay. Next is multi-factor authentication. So you guys would have seen when you guys log into your account nowadays, it asks for, PIN or it will ask for some verification from your phone. So that is called multi authentication verification. Okay. Hyperforce, it seems like it's new. We have not worked upon it in past 7 years. Okay. But needed, we will learn it, but not right now for your syllabus. Release updates. So in Salesforce, there are always, in every quarter, there are release. Okay. Release means they will do some updates in their features. Okay. So that is the reason Salesforce is up to date with market. So whenever Salesforce comes up, then eventually the Salesforce also gave some enhancement. So let's suppose today, as I told, Hyperforce assistance. Previously, this was not there. So it has came as part of some release, which is maybe recent. So that's how Salesforce, change with time. So lightning experience transition. So this is important. So guys, just need your 1 more minute to understand this concept. So previously, the people who used to have Salesforce was in a classic platform. So if you see this button, switch to classic. So like before, some time before, people used to work in this environment. This is classic. Okay. So here also setup is there. So they will go to home. Here, this is home for them. So the previous user who used to work or who used to the application. But now Salesforce has changed everything. And so they changed the UI. And now it is lightning. Switch to lightning. So this button will again move you to the lightning. Okay. This is lightning. So you may see this two screens even in your company too, because it's chance that your company where you have been selected is still using the old classic platform. Okay, so you guys may still see that old screen and you guys have to work, but not more. It's like rare customer are there, 2 out of 100. Okay, that's it. 80% customers, 90% customer are already moved to lightning. Nobody use classic until unless they are very old users. That's all. Okay, so that's where lightning experience transition comes in picture. So you transition from classic to lightning. So far you have learned here till here. Okay, mobile for app usage, like how much your users are using the lightning. Optimizer to speed up the your work and see which is having the slow features, slow functionalities and all that. So till here, you don't need to learn, deeply for your work or your interviews. So this we are good. Then comes down. This you have to learn completely. Okay, for your interviews. Okay, when it comes to data. Okay, in this you guys would be learning very few things. Okay, like storage usage, you will be learning. There are some export wizards you will be learning. Apart from that, duplicate management we will be learning. Okay, that's all, nothing else. Okay, so this would be very limited syllabus we would be having. Email, in this you will be only learning one part. No, more than one. Apex exception you will be learning. Classic, letterhead, these email template you guys would be learning. Then you don't need to learn this here. Then deliverabilities we will see. So we will just cover few of the chapters from here, which are mandatory and required. Other things are not at all required and even optional. Okay, you guys will be learning with the time, and it is not needed for the basic, basic start, or you can say the basic when you will be joining the interview or the company. Okay, next is apps. This you will be learning. Okay, how we create the application, how can you install more application, what are connected apps. Lightning bot, we don't need it right now. Mobile apps, we don't need it. Packaging, we don't need it. These three, we don't need it. Three needed. So these all we will be going through, in this span of time. So it's like basic configurations. And next comes object manager. So this is important, guys. Object manager is nothing but how you would be, look, let's take a simple example. So you went to any shop. Okay, now in the shop you have a different sections. In those sections you guys have a different stuffs available. So let's suppose for you can say beauty and beauty products would be in this table, in this section. You can say here some branded product would be in this section. Whatever user is picking, let's suppose based on his activities, those would be captured here. So these are kind of tables where data would be stored, as simple as that in one line. So in Salesforce, these are called objects. Okay, so there are two types of object in Salesforce. Okay, let me come here. Okay. So we learn these two things, how to log in. Third thing is, after login, we have home and object manager. Okay. Home is for the basic setup of your Salesforce. Object manager is creating and managing objects in Salesforce. So that is a use of object manager and home. Now, next point, fourth point we will start. Now we will actually start the Salesforce. So these were the basic backgrounds. Okay. Now we will start from here. Okay. Object manager. This is core important. And then we will understand the home. Okay. So having said that, when it comes to the object manager, okay. So there are two types of objects in this. Okay, this is an interview question, guys. How many types of objects we have? Okay. One is standard object. Second is custom object. So there are two types of object, standard object, custom object. Okay. So now when it comes to the standard object, so it will not have underscore C like this. Underscore C means custom. So how you will recognize custom object? It will have postfix as underscore C. And same thing is not available here. Okay. It will not have postfix as underscore C. Simple. So wherever you see underscore C, it is a custom. When I say custom, it is created by you guys. Okay. Without underscore C, it means it is not created by you. It is given by Salesforce. Okay. Salesforce, which means they have given it as a free. You guys can reuse it. You guys can, utilize it, review it, and learn anything on that. Okay. So that's where the standard object and custom objects comes into picture. Okay. You cannot create a standard object. As I said, Salesforce gives you by default. Custom object, as the name say custom, it means you have to create it, you have to customize it, and then you have to configure it. Okay. That's where these two things comes. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Okay. I take it as no for now. So today, for today, we will learn these two type of objects properly, and then how to create a custom object. Okay. And then we will take a break for the day. So now I'll go ahead and show you guys how to create a custom object. Okay. So you see here, you have create option, and here you have a custom object option, and you also have a custom object from a spreadsheet. So a spreadsheet is nothing but you create a Excel sheet for multiple object, and then you can load into Salesforce and you can create it. We will not learn this for now. Okay. It's not needed. We will just learn this as part of our core course. Okay. It is, you can say 1% used. Okay. This is 99% used. So when I say 1%, it's like, let's suppose you went to a bigger organization and a new application is getting created. Now they have 100 of objects to be created. At that time, you cannot create manually every one by one. That time you would be using this. Okay. But for 10, 15, I would say just go for it. So you create a custom object, click on custom object. You get this wizard. Okay. It asks for layout. The label. Before that, let me take some notes. Okay. Now create custom object. Create a custom object. The steps are go to setup. Okay. Go to object manager. Then click on create button. Select object. Okay. Now, if I have to follow this or Shravan has to follow this, so this is setting icon here on the top. Wherever you are in any place of the screen, You go to setting icon, click on setup. You will be navigated to your first screen where you have landed, home and object manager. Okay, I repeat, you guys have to click on setting icon, click on setup. You guys will navigate here. Then click on object manager, click on create button, then custom. Okay, I will add one more step here. Go to settings. Go to setting icon on top right corner. And click on setup. Okay. So guys, we'll start with this basic so that initially once your base is strong, right, you guys would be able to do the stuffs very fast. So we are just making sure you guys familiar with the navigation and stuffs. Okay. So you click on custom as I told. Then you go to this particular page where it asks for label name. Okay. So let's suppose I want to give it as any object name as I told brand. Okay, let's suppose brand is the one product. So as soon as I click somewhere else, I got object name here populated as brand. Label is here. Plural name is brand. Then you can copy the same name with S. Okay. This auto comes. So it means without spaces. So let's suppose if it is 2 word. Okay, let me delete it. This is guys a catch in Salesforce. Okay, let's suppose brand. Okay, I would say new brands, new brand. Okay, I'm clicking outside the box. If you see this automatically came with underscore. Here you can see space. Here it won't come with space underscore. Okay, if you try to put also and you come here, you try to save it, you will get an error. That object name, which is a unique name, cannot have underscore. Okay, so it is like mandatory. It Salesforce populates this. And what's the use it is uniquely identifying some of your object name. Okay, so let's have a new brand. So how can you uniquely identify based on this? So you cannot create a duplicate duplicate custom object with the same object name. You can have a same label but different object name. That is something which Salesforce restrict you guys. Okay, so remember this, duplicate you can't create. Now if you come down, okay, it says whenever context sensitivity, in the sense this. Okay, so you will be able to go to help article. Okay, so that's what we want. We don't want a Visualforce page. Visualforce page is nothing but a very custom page which is pre-built pages, or you can say the people who used to work in Classic, they used to work on Visualforce page. It's a UI development way. So Visualforce page is nothing but a UI component which is getting built through a code. Okay, some HTML code you can build a Visualforce page. But as a Lightning user, you don't need it. Previously, when people who used to work in Classic, they need all this Visualforce page. So you don't need to learn it, as simple as that. So go to this. Second is a record name. So in Salesforce, there is always a first field which will get created with the name brand name as a text. So you can again customize it. You can give some other name or not. But let's suppose you want to give an auto number first field. Just 1 minute, guys. Just focus on this. So when we say auto number, it will automatically increase. Okay, like brand name, you can have. Let's suppose you don't have name, you have a number. Like you have an employee number, you have a student roll number. So you guys can create first field as this, but it is optional. Okay, as I said, so you can do it later also, that is fine. But first field I want as a text field, like brand name field I want at any cost. Second is allow report, allow activity, track field history, allow chatter. So allow report is nothing but you can create reports. Okay, we will learn those things later. So for now, just see that allow activity, allow report means create reports. Allow activity means it will, completely, you can, let's suppose your brand is new. Okay. You want to send an email. So that is an activity. So you would be able to track that. Then let's suppose you want to create some task. Okay. Let's suppose this brand is needs to be handled by Shravan. So you can create some task and you can assign. So that activity, track it. So we will learn this deep once we are, creating objects. For now, just see that these are important. Just enable them. Track field history means whatever field you will be creating for this object, you will be able to track it. Allow chatter means on this object, we will get a option to do a conversation. Conversation means you can send the message. Okay. You can receive the message on this particular object. We will learn about this as well later. So these are the few features which you are going to give to your object. Sharing is again one more feature. Bulk API access, streaming API access is also other two features. Okay. So sharing means you can share the records with other users. Okay, that's where this comes. Bulk API, streaming API is nothing but, when you want to handle bulk data on this object, that's where this comes in. Deployment status, since you are doing the creation, so you can say you are still, so it's like a draft or completed. So I want to say my object completion would be done as soon as I go to next screen. In development means it won't be available for doing the development. Okay. But when it comes to deployed, you can do any kind of changes on this object, or you can use it, or anybody can see it. Allow search. So this search you can see here, right? So this searching will be allowed on your object. So you can search any record globally. Okay. That's where the allow search comes into the picture. Then you have two more options. Add notes. Okay. Add notes and attachment related list. So you want to add some notes and attachment to this particular object, you can use it. So let's suppose brand names, you want to attach brand picture also. For every brand, you want to attach brand picture. You can upload that into attachment. If you have some document for your brand, you can do that. So that's where it is useful. Launch new custom tab wizard means you can create a tab. Tab means like you have a home tab, you have object manager tab, you will also have your brand name tab here. So that's where it is useful. But I would say that it won't come here. It will come on application. Because this is backend, it won't come here, but on application. So we will also teach you how to create application after this. Okay. So these are the few attributes you guys have to keep in mind. That's all. And then once you do, click on save button. Okay. This save button will save your object. Okay. And now, as I remember, I checked one box called create custom tab. So that's where the next picture came. So you want to create a custom tab. So object name would be there. Like for this, I want to create the tab. Tab is style. So you can give any photo. Okay. So when it comes to brand, I can give, let's suppose scan. So any photo, so the search icon, it's mandatory actually. You have to select anyone, picture from here. So you select it, then click on next. And this page is something which you will be learning next afterwards. I mean the tomorrow class. Add to profile. If you step 2 is add to profile. It means who should see your tab. So there is in Salesforce there is a visibility, like who can see what. So I want to. These are the profiles. Profiles is nothing but the set of permissions. Okay, so you are giving permission to this profile. So whoever has this profile, they will be able to see this application default on. We will deep dive later. For now, let's go to next. Then this tab, okay, you want to include on any application, you can use it and then save it. Okay, so if you see your object is created, okay, you go to object manager, you can even search your object here. Okay, you see your object is this. As I told, custom, you see __ C came. These are standard, so they don't have it. You can click on it, you can open it. If you see the API name, this is uniquely identified. Okay, these are the properties. So you can even again edit it. Okay, you can edit it like you forgot to do something. you can do the edit. So that's where the detailed tab comes into the picture. You can edit. Okay. If you want to delete, you can delete also. Any questions so far, team? Okay. So today's session, we will end up here because let's have one object created today. Okay. We don't want to go more because that will ultimately bounce from you guys. Okay. We will keep our recording also short so that you guys can watch it. Okay. So I'm stopping my recording for now. Okay. Then we'll discuss about questions.